Yeah, I'm on a mission from Florida, man. Just because I love you people. You know what I mean? So I wrote something for Capicu's birthday, for all of you. Give it up to all these great poets in here, man. All these beautiful people in here. Beautiful crowd. Beautiful. I'm gonna get on with this. I've been excited about this for a couple of weeks. I just want to read it to you. I need a little bit of participación. So when I say, can I get a Capicu, what do I get?
Capicu! Double six.
Beautiful. Diablo. Bacata! All right. Can I get a Capicu? Capicu! 6 years climbing through the concrete jungle. Welcoming, loving, embracing, humble. Now here we stand, strong and proud. Oh, such beautiful brothers and sisters. Such a vibrant and awesome crowd. My impression and expression now scream aloud. This is it. I found myself in the presence of the elite. A perfect collective composed of artistic diversity and the densest of concentration. Poetas, músicos, artistas, leaders, discípulos, social workers, students, educators, counselors, activistas, organizers, b-boys, DJs, doctors, graffiti artists, and mediators. As Bible says, elevación, with an exclamation. The great next generation harvesting the next great generation, following the words and footsteps of the kings and queens of those bodega soul dreams, the ones that walked in spirit dance down these mean streets, the New Yorican poets, the Harlem Renaissance, and the beats. Can I get a Capicu? Capicu! It was only 3 years ago that we were introduced back on Avenue C. Seems like only yesterday, right, Swiggity?
Yes, it does.
There in the Lower East Side of heat, I stood between 5 extraordinary peeps, Sandra Maria Teves, Eddie Colon, Juan Santiago, Janie Lenny, and Willie Pete. So I reached into my back pocket for a now lost old book of poetry and started to read. The air was filled with cultura, so I made it richer. Escupiendo poesía borincana, ritmo de coquín. The crowd seemed impressed, asked for more, porque esto no se acaba aquí. An invitation was extended, and now here I stand, humbled by the ear you're lending me. Can I get a Capicu? Only the gods know how much empowering, healing, caring, and sharing has been spread by the Capicu movement. Can you imagine? How many insecure, natural-born artists have learned that there is only room for improvement? How many frowns have turned into smiles between these walls? How many employment and educational opportunities have been acquired because people like us refuse to see a sister or a brother fall?
Yes.
That's right.
If anything, we will see us rise above the skyscrapers, lend a booster so the system will have to observe, listen, and actually read the words on our papers. Can you imagine how many children have had Capicu smiles on their faces on Capicu Christmas days? How many young bloods doing creative, positive things instead of hitting the streets just to get paid? How many local businesses have sprouted out and benefited directly or indirectly from Capicu networks? How many of you have come through the Capicu doors and never left? Our spirits still remaining here in the air, energetic, magnetic, poetic. God damn it, I said it. This Capicu shit is fly to death. Can I get a Capicu? Capicu! Look around you. See the beautiful faces. Listen to the words being born and feel the infinite traces. Feel the positive frequencies that charge every atom in this room. Feel the mighty power of our artistry as it affects your train of thought all too soon. Continue to experience what has been witnessed for almost 80 full moons. Poetry is a beautiful power. How many friendships have we seen bloom? Yes, there are other movements, there are other venues, other open mics, and poetry slams. Some of us frequent and support those events because we support the art and the artists, and that's cool. But there is not and never will be a place like home, a place like Capicu. Can I get a Capicu?
Capicu!
Yo!
What's in your hand?
This is my new book of poetry. It's called Hey Yo, Your Soul. Let me share one poem with you, but I just want to tell you something about the book. Okay? Now, the poems in this book, except for the very first poem, which is Hey Yo, and the very last poem, all of the poems in this book were published before 1972.
Wow.
So that's why it's called 40 years. It's not like the stuff I've been writing for 40 years, it's the stuff I published 40 years ago. At the beginning of our New York Poets movement. So what we did was we sandwiched the 3 books together. The 3 books, one was called Casting Long Shadows, the other one was called Have You Seen Liberation, and the third one was called Street Poetry and Other Poems. And we sandwiched all 3 books together like that, and then we translated every single poem, 60 poems, into Spanish. And they're not Puerto Rican Spanish, okay?
Mira, bro.
Puerto Ricans complain, you know, they go, how come you didn't translate it for Puerto Ricans? And I go, because I already wrote it for them in English. So I'm gonna share with you one poem.
Share, baby, share.
If I had somebody to read it, the whole book is translated, everything. And there are pictures in here. There's a picture of here with Piri Thomas and myself when in 1971.
Yes.
And Piri has my son in his arms, who was a brand new baby. And my son took the pictures for the cover now. And he's bigger than my resume. And anyway, I'm going to share this one poem with you. I wrote this poem around 1969. I'm going to read it to you as it originally appeared. It's called Super Pig. If anybody wants to volunteer to read it in Spanish, because they're totally hilarious in Spanish. Well, see, I got to tell you something. Let me share this with you. Okay? Let me share this with you. Okay, are we in the kitchen? Okay, let me share this with you.
In the bathroom.
Here's what happens. I wrote, to be honest with you, to be the most sincere, like the most giving I could be, like, you know, I've been a poet for my whole life, you know, and like you know, I'm supposed to be an old guy now.
Supposed to be.
Well, they're telling me that, you know.
Yeah, don't listen to
You're
them.
talking to me?
Not you, bro.
But what happens is this. We are so accustomed to the shit that we've been through in this country that it hardly phases us. Even though we keep writing about it, talking about it. Now, what I learned was, because I don't read Spanish, I don't write Spanish, I've always been in it. When you read the poems in Spanish, they're totally hilarious, they're totally surreal, but what they do point out from a sociological perspective is how accustomed we are to the abuse that we take. Because when you read it in Spanish, it blows your fucking mind. Latinos go, how the fuck can these people exist on these streets? You know what I mean? Immigrants now go, oh shit, is this what we're in for? You know, so there's that, you know? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry, I don't want to take up too much time because I know you have a great program, beautiful poets, powerful people, Super Big, 1969. Faster than a roach running from a spray can. More powerful than steam coming up on winter days. Able to leave garbage cans in a single bound. Look up in the sky at the block, on the corner, on the stoop, on the roof, on the fast gate, in your house, and your mama. It's a bird, it's a junkie, it's a pusher, it's a friend. No, it's Super Big. Yes, it's Super Big. Strange intruder from another block who came into our communities with strange powers and a gun. Super Big, who can change his course in seconds flat when he sees niggers stealing drugs to our beautiful youth, and smiles as he watches us killing one another, then steals from our poor and exploited people. Super Big, and who, disguised as a junkie on the block, the pusher on the corner, the number taker, the money maker, fights a never-ending battle for Nixon and his friends with liberty, justice, and that gun of his, the American way. Pigs, if you all think you're supermen, unity is kryptonite.
And it's called To Get Drunk You Have to Drink.
That's for me.
What's the title again?
To get drunk you have to drink.
Let's do it.
At the Evil Olive.
All right, and so I just, I hope he's looking down and approves of my rendition, which I will hear his voice. And it goes. Unseen faces keep appearing in the evening of the sky. No one saw what they were hearing. Unseen faces keep appearing. Those who were not born were fearing that they too some will die. Unseen faces keep appearing in the evening of the sky. There was never no tomorrow. It was all about today. When you and your lover quarrels, there was never no tomorrow. Return all the dreams that you borrowed. That will never come your way. There was never no tomorrow. It was all about today. This planet is still unknown, though it may seem very clear. Mysteries are all we own. This planet is still unknown. Everyone alive stays stoned till it's time to disappear. This planet is still unknown, though it may seem very clear. Start driving without a car. All the lights are turning red. If you want to get real far, start driving without a car. Move by staying where you are. The steering wheel is in your head. Start driving without a car. All the lights are turning red. Inside darkness there is light. Inside water there is fire. Black magic is out of sight. Inside darkness there is light. Turning left is turning right. Inside darkness there is light. Inside water there is fire. Blue was never really blue. Pink was never really pink. Sometimes somebody was fooling you. Blue was never really blue. What is false is really true. To get drunk you have to drink. Blue was never really blue. Pink was never really pink. Que viva Pedro Pietri.
Wepa.
Yoruba. The Yoruba word for twins is ibeji, and the twins are considered sacred. And there's a different word, which I always forget the name of the firstborn and the name of the second one. Do you remember? I always forget, but you could Google it.
Yoruba 1, Yoruba 2.
So they say that the firstborn is really not the oldest to the Yoruba. It's the second born, because that's the one that was first conceived. And they send the firstborn out into the world as a scout to make sure that life is worth living, and to make sure that the coast is clear. And we've always played that role. So this is for my mom. Me, I'm first.
Cool.
5 minutes, I'm 5 minutes older. So So this is for our mom, and it's called My Mother's Eyes. My mother's eyes tell a story of struggle, of grief, of a woman's journey. Brown almond eyes set in a brown oval face, and a gaze soft and warm, a gaze full of courage, raging in the storm. My mother's eyes speak to me of survival and secrets yet to be told, of pain hidden away, of sleepless nights and lonely days. My mother's eyes speak magic, laughter and joy and loving life, keeping me steady, making me strong, passing on a legacy. La mujer boricua reborn, la mujer boricua growing strong, la mujer boricua living on and on. Mi abuelita preciosa gave us the same gift every year, with laughter, tears, joy, and pain. The gift of love that she gave from her soul. The gift of love that she made with her arthritic hands. The hands of a garment worker who would not stop giving the love that is still living even though she is gone. Remembering Wela and the best pasteles in the Bronx, I remember the ritual that lasted weeks, that began with a trip to Simpson Street to buy las verduras. I wish I could watch her hands again, grind the yautía, plátano verde, y el guineo también. I wish I could sit in her kitchen again, smell the aroma of sofrito, listen to the aguinaldos de ramito, and hear her sing-song voice scold me as I sneak pieces of carne y aceituna into my mouth. I wish I could hand her a rollo de papel and watch mommy y titi fold and tie and stack the precious gifts de mi abuelita. I wish I could remember all the faces, remember all the names of all the people who came on Noche Buena. I wish I could be a little girl again. I wish I could say La Bendición just one more time, to feel Abuela's cheek next to mine, to relive La Navidad con mi abuela. Papi chulo. Oh my God. I forgot the first line. Oh, as I was saying, Papi chulo, my pussy's got a name. But you don't know it. Never bothered to ask. Then again, you weren't formally introduced. You encountered her in midnight manic madness and thought you had conquered her as you bore into her, surrounded by a red light special candlelight. And it was a delight, just right, yes, all right, and all night, with dialogue in between, orgasmic, manic screams. As I was saying, Big Papa, my pussy's got a name. She ain't a honey or a dummy, though you treat her as such just the same. You really need to check that shit and know that my pussy's got a name. My pussy's got personality, likes and dislikes. Preferences not gender-based. She has welcomed the lips of sisters or brothers who could appreciate her sweet, salty taste. And when it comes to the brothers, condoms suit her just fine. And she's most bellaca when she's flowing with thick red wine. Yes, my pussy's a special kind. A distinctive kind of pussiness who loves being gently caressed with soft or callous fingertips before the boom, boom, and bang, bang. As I was saying, Papi Lindo, my pussy's got a name. And she is proud of her identity, proud of her heritage. She comes from a long line of tough mamas. Her features resemble the features of her mother, and of her mother, and of her mother before that. Her outer lips are deep shades of brown, guarding a pure inner pinkness. But since you never explored her, you don't know her distinctness. The daughter of an oppressive legacy, my pussy has known suffering and sexual slavery. Memories of dirty fingernails tearing into her tender, hairless flesh. Flashbacks of dry, abrasive sex. Coerced into fucking furies from which she could not escape. My pussy has known trauma, war, disease, rape. She's known pain. My pussy's a survivor. See, my pussy's got a name. You see, it's more than just a matter of simple biology. We need sociology to understand your macho pathology. So listen and learn as I break down my pussyology. It may be raw, but I make no apology. My pussy is multifaceted, a deep, dark mystery. She is a universe of eyes, eyes that hide deep inside. Her African bush, like an army of fierce warriors ready for battle, or a million medicine women ready to heal. Heal your soul, heal your sorrow, heal your scars, your body, your mind that has been programmed to fuck, and fuck some more. Fuck just to fuck to forget. Fuck cause you're tired, you're bored. Fuck to relax, unwind. Fuck just to ease the tension cause you're stressed. Fuck cause to you a drought is a day. Fuck cause there ain't nothing left to say. Fuck just to fuck. Fuck to hurt. Fuck to conquer, destroy. Fuck just to feel like you're the man so you can stand a little taller. Fuck just as hard and as fast as you can. Thinking my pussy likes it. Maybe not giving a damn. Fuck just to fuck to hurt, fuck to conquer, destroy. Fuck just to feel like you're the man so you could stand a little taller. Fuck just as hard and as fast as you can, thinking my pussy likes it. But, like I said, maybe not giving a damn. My pussy likes jazz at midnight, salsa at noon, hip-hop at daybreak. She likes to be romanced and swooned. She really digs sunsets and gazing at the moon. Sometimes she's timid. Sometimes she's mad cool. She listens to Bob and Nina when she's feeling blue. She prefers cotton to satin and lace. Her clit got such a pretty face. You wouldn't know. My pussy's got a soul, feelings, hopes, dreams. She loves the salt of the ocean and the sweetness of the stream. My pussy's a little moody, sometimes up, sometimes down, sometimes wild, sometimes tame. Above all, by the true law, you will never, 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 no, honey.
The morning's breath is a lingering cold stew when the streets are empty on Fulton Avenue. Brooklyn's heart is beating, I can see it on Flatbush. It is on fire and the band is staring at me. The Williamsburg Bridge is opening up and being swallowed on the corner of 4th and Union. I can see the devil running naked from Prospect Park holding a broken halo. Gabriel's trumpet is out of tune and everything is silent. I can hear the glass, concrete, and stone crying next to the trees. I don't know when it'll stop, but I'm optimistic it'll change. The paupers of yesteryear dry their tears with sandpapers and the jest of sorrow wallow in the worry of tomorrow. Let us burn the papers of Whitman, Crane, and Miller, or Brooklyn heads. Let's make our faces charcoal, smear pastels over our eyes. These bodies of ours will break from the burden of the day as it weighs down on our spine. We are standing on the shoulders of giants, and I can see the Bronx on the left. And on the right, the cyclone is burning. The Wonder Wheel is sinking in the Atlantic Ocean, and these bright lights of the big city will make you reinvent yourself from the crowd rushing up Bedford Avenue. Arrest the mayor, hang him by the ankles, cut his throat, stick his head on the pole on Eastern Parkway. Let the blood drip down as a sign that we are taking back what may have never been truly ours, but has been ours longer than anyone else's. Let the museum be a tomb for the wicked and the greedy, and the skyline is still beautiful. And damn them for the skyscrapers and glittering eyes for blinding us. We are not Lenape or Canase. Have we learned nothing from history? While we were staring across the river, we let them come underneath us and take our homes and change our streets. Where is Bushwick? Where is Park Slope? Where is Bed-Stuy? Where is Sunset? And what have you done with the beautiful shades of black and brown? This whitewash of culture in the borough whose name is synonymous with legend. We know you heard our stories. You listen to our songs. That's why you're here, looking for Rakim and Biggie. We have struggled through Reaganomics and the crack epidemic. Bullets do not kill us, they reinvent us. Why are we still standing in Manhattan as the rest of the world is staring at our streets, claiming them as their own? They need to ask us first, Brooklyn, why have you forsaken your children for tourists who come here to leech off you? For children who come here because of the stories of your children. These lords of the land will destroy you, Brooklyn. Can you see how capitalism is ripping your body apart? Have you seen what they built in Greenpoint? Not for your children. Give Williamsburg back to the Polish and the Puerto Ricans because the Jews never gave up the South Side. Marcy Projects is wondering if Jay-Z will fight the developers when they come, or will he be the developer? Will the freaks and mermaids defend Coney Island before Disney turns it into Santa Monica, destroy all the boutiques of unpronounceable last names of Tokyo, rip apart all the bike shops from Providence, burn all the minty cafes from LA, the outdoor patios of Paris, and the million dive bars that have done nothing for the legend of the County of Kings. I was born and raised in the Bronx, and I've always understood the beauty, the culture, the music, the art, the poetry, the attitude, and the ego. But now when I come to Brooklyn, you feel defeated, drained, demoralized. I feel the weight on the streets and the weighs a ton. Children of Brooklyn, when will you take back what's yours?
I think that the rhythm lives in us all, you know, and I was always told that the drums were the horse, you know, they would take you on the journey if you just take the ride. So let's just go for the ride. We going for the ride?
Yeah! Vámonos!
Yo sé que me tira, yo
sé quién me busca, que sigan tirando, que no me entra nada, 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 que no me entra nada. A mi babaló me dijo una vez que no le tenga miedo ni a brujo ni nada. Si te tiran polvo, tú llámame a mí, o no que te tiran, tú llámame a mí. Yo cojo mi carro, cojo mi muleta y yo cojo mi gata, camino para allá. Es cuando yo llegue, todo se tira, todo se tira, todo se tira. Yo pido permiso al legua me lo da. Yo soy Babalú, camino a Arara, que con mi trabajo la tierra tendrá. Yo soy Babalú, camino a Arara, que con mi trabajo la tierra tendrá. Yo soy Babalú, camino a Arara, que con mi trabajo la tierra tendrá. Me dijo una vez que yo lo llamara Babalo.
Thank you. SPIC, SPIC. It don't mean the same thing to me. SPIC, SPIC. I define my dictionary. SPIC, SPIC. Ten mucho cuidado como llamarme a mí. SPIC, SPIC. Que con mi PI. Can't even spell, I'm drinking. Con mi ESP. I see what I see. Spanish people in crisis. Speak politely, I'm crazy. Spain probably isn't caring. Statehood probably isn't coming. Separated people inevitably crumble. Start participating in culture. Strong pro-independence community. Shut your fucking mouth so I can continue.
Yes.
That's the liquor, that wasn't me. That wasn't me. Start participating in culture. Strong pro-independence community. Society prefers indifference collectively. Speaking powerfully involves commitment. Similar patterns in chimps. Slander purposely impairs confidence. Surviving people's insensitive comments. Socio-political insanity continues. Speaking purposefully is constitutional. Still placed in cadenas, sees Puerto Ricans in chancletas. Spiritualists praying, ignite candles. Some propaganda is comedy. Stop praising ignorant celebrities. Sharing perspectives is cleansing. Solidarity provides immense connection. Stepping past indignant critics. Selling poison in clinics. Staying poised inside conflict. Slavery practiced in Caribbean. Spaniards pummeled indigenous caciques. Seeing persecution is crushing. Shoe points impale cockroaches. Stop parades including Columbus. Soy perfecta inventando caridades. Seeking past inner conquistador. Speak properly in code. Some poetry is censored. Sexy, pero inteligente. Coño.
A Capicu vengo yo y papos jueguen y mano. A Capicu vengo yo. La poesía